intensive treatment.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another intensive treatment episode where we talk about all things Arkham. We've had a slew of episodes coming out recently, so we hope you do enjoy all those. I hope you enjoyed the Michael Keaton one, as well as the Arkham remake one. Those are so fun to do, and also the Injustice one that just came out last week. So I hope you enjoyed that one as well. But today we're talking about something very spectacular in my mind because there's a variety of them in Arkham Knight, and that is Batmobiles. Um, now we're I was thinking kind of like, oh, we'll cover every one of the games, but there's no need to because there's literally one Batmobile in Asylum and City, none in Asylum. I'm sorry, Origins, and then there's a whole bunch in Night. So we're just gonna cover Night because they grabbed
Actually, in Arkham Origins, you could see the
there was
Batmobile
it
being
was in
built.
yeah. Um, Whoever says that in the comments, by the way, I'm banning you from the world. Um, just so you know. Um, no, but yeah, I'm excited to talk about the Batmobiles because in the Michael Keaton video, we were talking about the Keaton Mobile, which is top tier Batmobile, and we get to talk about that again. And there's a couple other ones that we did not really talk about
Mm.
that we're gonna get to.
I have a list here just to keep things on cue. So,
See, this
uh,
bastard did it last time, and
yeah,
he's coming back with the lists.
I came prepared.
He always is prepared, guys. It's annoying.
I'm Batman.
I need a new co-host, by the way, everybody. Just comment your links down below, your OnlyFans,
I
and
have a contingency plan for everything.
he does. He literally is Batman. He doesn't even need prep time just because he planned before birth. But yeah, go ahead. Let's hear these Batmobiles.
Okay, so I guess something I wanted to ask you before we get into the actual list.
Uh-huh.
How did you feel about them putting the Batmobile in the game when the announcement came out for Arkham Knight?
I was thrilled. I was so excited because it was something that I had always wanted to do from the opening seconds of Asylum. And when you see it in Arkham City in the Batcave challenge map, it's just something I always wanted to do. And when Origins came out, I was kind of like, man, this would have been a great time to use the Batmobile. And you play it and you're like, yeah, it wouldn't have worked. But well,
Mhm.
actually, if we have a remaster or a remake in the next few years, then we could have the Batmobile driving around
Mhm.
the snowy streets. But they didn't have it. So when it was announced tonight in that fantastic cinematic trailer for the game, um, I was so excited. I was like, "There's no way this is real." But what about you?
I was hyped, just like everyone else was, like just being able to drive around the Batmobile in a what seemed like at the time just ginormous metropolis
Right.
open world. Like it was incredible. And yeah, my hype was going up, and then I saw that they made it a tank with a cannon,
Mm,
and my hypes kind of went down a little bit, but I remained positive, and by the time I actually played the game, it was actually super fun to drive around.
yeah.
um can't say the same for the other half though. So
Yeah. Same here. I think what really sold it for me though was when they did the first PlayStation gameplay thing. Um, they had that spectacular showcase of where you start off on Wayne Tower, you suit up, and
that's
then you
right, yeah.
dive bomb off of the tower, and they do this little thing where they, go through the Grand Central Terminal or whatever,
Mhm.
um, and then they just dive into the street and go into the Batmobile. Um, that was awesome. To this day, I think that's one of the best game showcases I've ever seen.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
I remember just watching that over and over and over again.
yeah.
um
I was like, when can I get a next gen console? That's what I was thinking.
I was like, when can I just play this? Like, I want to
Mm-hmm.
play it now.
Yeah.
um and then they delayed it to 2015, and I got super sad.
Mm-hmm. Depression was
um
real.
it was, but yeah, all the trailers, like after that, like they really showed off the Batmobile, like how much fun it
Mm.
could be. And you know, thinking about it now, because Rocksteady never really attempted like any type of vehicles in their previous games or
No.
whatever. So the fact that they were doing this and it worked out as well as it did is actually pretty stellar
Yeah.
in my eyes. And yeah.
That's literally me every episode. I'm just like, yep. No,
It's yeah, it's a thing.
I think that I felt the same way too. I was like, well, we never had this before. Um, and I'm hoping it works out. And when you drive that thing, it's super smooth and it just feels great in that game. Um,
Mhm.
I just wanted to throw this in there. It doesn't really pertain to the Batmobiles, but it's just a tidbit that I was thinking about. Have you noticed that Arkham Knight is still will always probably be, and even back then, one of the most anticipated promoted games of all time. Um, I just remember seeing it everywhere. It was all over the place. They were releasing trailers. They were releasing like those Arkham episodes every month. They'd have like a
Mm,
new Arkham thing, and it was like
yeah.
it was great because it brought everyone together. And it's like they really treated it like it was a proper finale. Like they wanted to get you super pumped. And obviously, if you guys have watched our previous videos all night, you know that we don't feel great about the story, but we love everything, mostly everything else about the game except the story. Um, and regardless of that, the hype was great. And I don't know that a game will ever be promoted as it was so fun to watch them push out those videos and push out the content. Especially with the season pass being a yearly all around, it was like coming out every month. It was great.
Yeah, no.
Um,
I feel the same way too. Like I don't know if it was the most promoted game, but like
maybe not that, but
there was definitely a lot of stuff coming out at the time, like a lot
yeah,
of insider stuff, TV spots, like
yeah,
trailers, like they were showing off whatever they could without spoiling the campaign.
yeah.
And I think it, you know, did its work really well,
It did.
made
I mean,
everybody want to play it, even though nobody had a next gen console at the time. So,
yeah, it
um,
was great. I just think I bring that up too because I feel like newer games should really they can take note from Arkham Knight. I mean, it sold so well um when it came out, like
mhm,
crazy good. Um, people should just promote stuff like that. I mean, it would build up hype around a lot of games that maybe wouldn't attract that much attention in the first place.
mhm. Yeah,
But yeah, just a tidbit.
there's definitely notes to take there from marketing.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, no, don't save all your marketing till like 3 months before the game comes out. So,
yeah. But okay, back to Batmobiles. I just kind of wanted to. It was on my mind. I didn't want to forget it.
okay, so I guess we should just go through. We'll go. I guess we'll go through the reskins first before we get into like the other like movie stuff. But
Yeah.
um, so let's start with the base design of the Batmobile. Um, how do you feel about it?
Upon release, I thought it was really cool. And you know what? I still think it's really cool. I don't love the fact that there's a tank on it or like
Yeah.
it has tank features,
Hmm.
but I think it's a cool design. I mean, it really fits the game. Like really well. I couldn't see any other kind of Batmobile except the classic maybe fitting in that game, especially with Batman's upgraded suit. Um, I think it's really good. I wish though that, and this is just something I'm thinking about, is what if they had made maybe like a pursuit mode version of the Batmobile, but kind of like scaled the tank aspect down as like a reskin, um, like a much more like the classic Batmobile, in Arkham.
Yeah.
I think that would have been cool. Give it like the Arkham Knight look, but make it a little bit more compact and sleeker and shorter scale. I think it would have been really cool.
Mhm.
I would have driven that thing around. But yeah, I think it's a cool Batmobile. And for
Yeah,
what it is, I like it.
it's an interesting design. Like it's very different from what's come before and what's
Yeah.
come since. And I think for the most part, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, besides the whole cannon, like the Vulcan cannon and all that, that can go away. But like for the most part, it's not a badly designed vehicle. And I like that it opens up too. So like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
wheels come out and it makes for like more like a more versatile vehicle as opposed to just like, you drive forward, you drive in reverse, that kind of thing. So
Right.
really helps for like tight corners and stuff. But
True. I agree.
yeah, not too bad.
No, it's a good Batmobile. Like I said, like I enjoy it. I'll use it sometimes in place of reskins just to kind of drive it around.
Hmm.
Like I do enjoy that Batmobile.
Yeah, on its own, like it works with like the base like Arkham looks is
Sure.
what
Oh yeah, absolutely.
usually make what I mainly use it for. So like the Arkham Knight suit, the Arkham City upgraded suit, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it
Needless
did
to say,
it definitely uh ended the series off with a bang.
that's true. If you know, you know.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Mark II Batmobile
Yeah.
for a minute, which is basically just the regular Batmobile, but the color's gone.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's really any like it's much different design wise. It looks
No, it's
about the
not.
same.
I don't think it's different at all.
No.
Um, I enjoy it though. It's kind of cool. Like I like using it sometimes, especially that part of the game when you do get it. I think for the story it fits so well. Um, wow, me actually liking a part of Arkham Knight's story. What a
I'm gonna
revelation.
I'm actually on the opposite end. I think it's like it's weird in the story because it's just like, oh, Lucius made a spare, no biggie. It was just
I
this $80 million like death machine. He
but
just conveniently had another one. Like,
wouldn't you expect though Batman to have a backup?
I guess, but it's just like it's just so out of like it's just out of like I don't know. Like they're getting shot at, and then all of a sudden, Barbara's just like, "Where's the Batmobile? It's gone. It's destroyed. The Arkham Knight like took it, like got rid of it." But yeah, I'm just gonna conveniently fly in another one with all the
Yeah.
upgrades that you didn't like get throughout the game.
Okay, so I think to your defense, I would say that if they had alluded to it in the story before, like maybe with a one liner or something, or
Yeah.
even bringing up the fact like Lucius spent a lot of money on that. Let's not let it go to waste or something. Um, that would have made more sense. At least just explaining it off or something. Um, but I think the main problem continuity, if that's even a word, um, is that Batman literally gets this Batmobile at the beginning of the game. Like he didn't have it before. That's at least to my knowledge. I don't know. I know in the comics I think he had it, but I don't think the comics are canon at this point. Um,
Probably not. No.
so I don't know. It feels like he would have gotten it there, but maybe he didn't. Um, but if I'm wrong and he did have it before the game, then it would make more sense that he had a spare anyway. Because it's like, oh yeah, he's had this Batmobile for a while. I'll make him another one after so and so months passed, just so that he has it in case it gets destroyed or something.
Mm,
I guess it kind of seems like wishful thinking. I don't know, but I don't necessarily mind that story beat.
yeah.
I think it
I
comes down to
mean,
personal preference.
it just feels like he just got this like right
Right.
before the game started. So
Yeah.
um so the fact that he just already had another one, I mean, I guess for Batman's sake that makes sense. He'd already have a second one, but it's just like I would have been in the camp just like, oh, if anything happens to the Batmobile, we have a spare there.
Mm, yeah.
Just something instead of like, oh yeah, here it is out of nowhere.
Did you guys know this is one of the rare occasions where we disagree?
Yeah. So out of character for both of us. But yeah, I like the it's meant to be like unpainted, but I like the gray and the different gray tones and the yellow trim around.
Yeah.
I like using this when I'm wearing like the Batman Incorporated costume.
Yes. You were telling me about that the other day, actually.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay. So there's one more story Batmobile here, but the problem is that you can't use it.
What a stupid freaking thing as
Yeah.
well. And he's talking about, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Joker mobile,
Yes.
which is a Batmobile I would have loved to take around Gotham City and drive.
Yeah.
I don't know why they ever did that. Um, I think maybe it was supposed to be a drivable one, but then I mean, obviously people have modded the game to where you can drive it.
Yeah.
But I don't own a PC, at least that can handle Arkham Knight, that glitchy ass shit. So I have never been able to do it, but it always was one that piqued my interest and I wanted to, you know.
Even if like it's meant to be implied that like once you get rid of the Joker, you can't use it anymore. Why not just have it available when the Joker's already like messing with you?
Right.
That would have been so much fun just to have like driving around the streets. And design wise, like it's not too different, but there are some things that make it Jokerified.
Right.
Besides the paint job, like he's got the where the cable comes out. There's teeth there, which is
Mm-hmm.
a nice detail. And then over the wheels are his hands, like the gloves. And that's cool. That's a neat design choice, but we can't use it for whatever reason, and it's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Yep, I'm right there with you.
God damn it, Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
I know you're working on Suicide Squad, but if you can quickly patch this into the game to make it drivable, please do. Okay, so let's get into DLC ones, and this is just at all the ones first are just the reskins. So, um, 1966 Batmobile, which is just the tank with the red trim.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is my favorite, like out of the tank mobiles to use.
Really?
Yeah,
I'd probably agree with you.
it's such a small thing, but it's like it's cool with like black and red
And
anything.
I think the black is well, okay, so the normal Batmobile has like this shiny blue aspect to it.
It's a little bit silver in there too.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And this one is just completely black,
Yeah.
with the red trim. So I
Hmm.
love it as well.
Yeah. It's a great revision, and then it makes me wish that the default suit was, or the suit you get in the game was the Batman Beyond one. So then you can
Yeah,
just drive this thing around all the time.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I told him in a previous video that I always like pairing Batmobiles up with certain skins. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I'm using Batman Beyond, I always use this Batmobile with it. It fits.
Yeah,
It's
it
my
does.
headcanon, so who gives a shit? um, all right, let's move on to the prototype Batmobile. This is cool.
It is cool.
I like this. It's
Me too.
it's like it's basically the Batmobile but missing all like the bat motifs and stuff.
Right. I think it's super cool because we can kind of imagine in our heads like him testing it out, him using it.
Hmm.
Um, and I enjoy it. I mean, I know Marvel and I were talking about it the other day, and he mentioned like the crash pad logo on the wheels and everything. Um, I love that. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's
Cool
got the
attention to
black and
details.
yellow stripes all over, and like on the wheels on the where the bat logo would be, it's got the crash test dummy like um stickers on it.
I think it's a super cool like redesign of the tank mobile as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not exactly the same. The back, the rear lights are different. And it's a little bit fatter almost in the back, which I
Yeah.
like. So I
It's got
I
a
enjoy
big
it.
trunk.
Batman do got that junk in his trunk. He got that stash of explosive gel, actually.
He does. Blow your ass out.
Y'all saw
Oh
that?
boy.
Y'all see that movie? You know, Axel Braun Productions, Batman junk in his trunk, 2.
Get on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Yeah, I like the back of it. Just like the
Whoa, buddy, that's a little sexy right there.
um
You like the back of it? Careful. No. Continue.
design wise for the Batmobile, I
There
like
we go.
the back end of it and also the front too.
Yes, me too. I like the front as well.
Like the cover over the wheels look really cool, and yeah, it's a really good redesign of the Tankmobile.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is out of like different models, like this is, I mean, it's the only other one, so like it's a
Right.
cool idea. And
Oh yeah.
like you mentioned, I could see Batman totally testing this out in Wayne Manor. So yeah. Anyway. Okay, 70s Batmobile. This is
I
fun.
love it. I love it. I freaking love this Batmobile. I use it. This is the one I think I use most out of the tank skins.
Yeah.
I love this Batmobile. I'll use it with any skin, although preferably I will use the 70s skin.
Yeah.
Um, I love it. It's so fun. And I love how the actual textures of the Batmobile really interact with the lighting of the Arkham Knight world.
Mhm.
All the lights just bounce right off of it. And I love it. It's great.
It's a lot shinier than the other vehicles I noticed. Like the other, they're not as shiny as the 70s one is, which makes it stand apart much more.
Yeah.
And also, it's just very vibrant and fun. Like, I totally love driving this thing around.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've done I don't know that I played the whole story with it, but I've done almost full playthroughs with this Batmobile.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
And you guys know I'm a Neil Adams like freaking lover.
connoisseur.
Yeah. So, you know, I loved it.
Haven't done a
Glad
full
we could.
playthrough, but
Mhm.
I've definitely played certain sections of the game with this Batmobile. Honestly,
Yeah.
like when you're doing like the chases, is where I think this car most shines.
What did you
Because
say?
like when they're chasing around Firefly or like the APC vehicles and stuff,
Mm, yeah.
it's just funny to imagine how they're feeling in like the driver's seat, where it's just like,
Hmm.
is that blue piece of shit like chasing after us? What is that? But yeah, super
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the Riddler themed Batmobile.
Do you want to talk about this one first? Because I've kind of like commented first on everyone. I'm sorry, guys.
I haven't
Uh,
used this one a whole lot, but I
mhm.
do really like I like it for like stupid head cannon purpose, where like say like he's with Catwoman, he's doing like challenges at the abandoned orphanage, and then he comes outside and then Batmobile just looks like this. It's just like, oh god damn it, Nigma.
Yeah,
You piece of shit.
I'm with you. Well, actually, okay, so I'm not with you. I lied. I lied. Um, no, I love this reskin. I've used it more. So I'm a bit more used to it, I guess.
Mhm.
I do enjoy it. I mean, it's nothing special. It just has a bunch of like mini Riddler trophies on it,
Yeah.
which I hate. But I think it's fun. Like a lot of these, it's just they're fun. Like I can have a blast just going around, driving around, and in
Yeah.
an otherwise useless skin, I'm like, this is awesome. Like I would never any other time I would never drive around with Riddler trophies or Riddler symbols on my thing, but
Yeah.
it's fun. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah. Since I'm playing Arkham Knight recently, like I've been playing it on PC and
Mm,
I'm going after all the Riddler trophies again. I've been using this for like when I'm out in the open world because there's those
yes.
ones where it's just like scan the area and you'll find question marks that'll lead you to this spot where you shoot it and shit. And so
Yeah.
um I like using it for that, but
Hmm.
when it comes to the story though, I don't really like I'd use anything else, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I'd much rather take 70s or even the Robin theme Batmobile, which is what we'll talk about next. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a bad skin at all.
Yeah. Good boy.
So I guess we're talking about Robin.
Yeah.
This is confusing why this is even a thing.
That's the best. That is the best freaking explanation I've ever heard for this Batmobile. It's confusing. Go on. I'm curious to hear
I
this.
remember seeing this for the first time whenever like they showcased what skins and stuff will be coming out in the season pass like
Hmm.
next month.
Yeah.
And I remember just looking at it and being like, why is this here?
Oh my god. I kind of felt the same way as well when it first was announced and we got like the pictures of it.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Oh, can we play as Robin in the open world?"
Nope.
And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Then why do we have this Batmobile?" So, yeah, it's one of those that again, it can be fun to drive around in. Like I love the red.
Mm,
But the freaking R on the back pisses me off because I'm not Robin in that Batmobile.
yeah.
Like I'm like, why is there an R on it? Just give it. I would have loved in this game to have like a color change of like the stock Batmobile. Like if you want to do wacky colors or have like a Zurin R color.
Yeah, like
Um
full customization. That would have been fun.
yeah, just like so I can just throw on red whenever I want instead of having a
Mm,
Robin mobile. Um but it's fun. Like you want to tell the great people of YouTube land what you use this Batmobile for? Because you told me the other day.
I use it for whenever I'm wearing the first appearance outfit.
There
And
it
that's
is.
because in the 40s, he didn't drive around in a Batmobile, he drove around in a red Cadillac.
Yep. This is true.
Yeah.
If you guys have not read Golden Age Batman, do yourselves a favor and read Batman with a gun. Not
Yeah.
don't have a gun in your hand. Read
You
Batman
know,
holding a gun.
yeah,
Read
don't shoot
Batman
the
using a gun.
don't shoot the book.
This is horrible. um yeah, I actually have never done that before. And I am going to try that tonight because, and maybe I'll even stream Arkham Knight tonight. Who the hell knows? Well,
Mm,
this is by the time this comes out, it will not be tonight. Um,
yeah, this will be like a month ago, most likely.
no, but yeah, I don't really use this Batmobile. I'll have to try that. It's one of those. It's the only Batmobile in the game where I'm just eh, like, why is it here? Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
This is
Yeah,
probably my least favorite, if we're
me
being
too.
honest. Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
It's between this and the Riddler theme bout. And I'd much rather use the Riddler Batmobile over this one.
Yeah, I wish that I didn't think this was the worst one because I love the color. Like I really do. I
Yeah,
think
the
it's a
red's
I think
nice.
yeah,
Like
it
the red
is.
and black all over. It looks great.
Yeah. But that R, man, and the fact that I'm not Robin,
It just
it just
ruins
doesn't
it.
make any sense. It's like, and especially because the Arkham versus Robin sucks. It's like I don't want a Batmobile dedicated to him. A Nightwing Batmobile, that would have been sick. Give us the Nightwing symbol on the front. Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, why didn't they have that in the game?
Exactly.
What's wrong with you, Rocksteady?
Mm-hmm. Sefton, now we know why you left. Yeah. Um, but at this point, this is becoming a Batmobiles we wish we would have had. So let's move on to the next one before we get carried away.
So we're all finished with the tank mobiles, and now
Oh,
we're
we on
moving
the
on
racer
to
section?
the racing Batmobiles, or what I call the Batmobiles with no tank mode.
There we go.
So I remember when this was a thing, or when they announced like, oh, we're putting movie Batmobiles in. There
Hmm.
were some people that were like, why don't these have tank modes? And it's just like,
Right.
because it's not a fucking tank, idiot. But I don't know. Like, I guess some way you could have had that work is like, have some way where the car just kind of splits apart. But it'd be weird for like when you go into Ace Chemicals and you save those two workers, it's just like, where are you going to put them?
Right. It just wouldn't
So
have worked.
no,
Um,
but I like these as is.
yeah, me too.
And I'd much rather use these over the tank mobiles, to be honest. But
Well, I mean, let's be real here. The Batmobile is not meant to be a tank. The Batmobile is meant as a form of
it's a
transportation for
it's a
Batman. It's a
it's a
car.
car.
It's literally a car.
Yeah,
Like, this is why, and we'll get to this, the Arkham Asylum Batmobile is the GOAT, at
yeah.
least in the Arkham games.
Mm.
Animated series is the GOAT. Yes. So let's talk about these racer ones. I'm assuming first up we should talk about the actual GOAT, the 89 Batmobile.
Yes, that is the first on this list.
Let's go.
It's
Um,
the best car in the game.
and arguably the best Batmobile design ever.
Yeah.
Like
You
I
can't
was,
beat it. There's nothing that
you
can
really
beat
can't.
it, and there's nothing that's come past it. Like
I know
nothing.
it's crazy too because we got to think about this. It was 1989, and it was like the perfect amalgamation of modern and classic,
Mm.
um, sleek and robust. Like everything you want in a Batmobile, that car is. And it's a one seater. It's like Batman doesn't care. He's just like, I'm sitting my ass in the first seat, and I ain't making a second one.
Ain't nobody taking this away from me.
Mm-hmm. So dude, the design's so damn good. Um, and man, we talked about this in the '89 uh, DLC pack video, but it is like so well translated in this game. Um, I couldn't have asked for a better translate translation. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. There's
Yeah,
nothing about it that I would change. There's nothing that is wrong with it. And it handles pretty well too. Like when you're driving around, like especially when you're making drifts and stuff. Like it's really easy to control.
I think for
Um,
me, it's the easiest to handle in terms of the non-tank Batmobiles.
yeah,
At least the smoothest.
for me, it's between this and the Ben Affleck Batmobile
Oh yeah,
that
that
are
one is really
this
great to
the
control.
smoothest to handle. But
Honestly, that one might be the best.
yeah, blasphemy. No, I'm kidding. But they're both great.
No, in terms of driving, that's all.
Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I love this Batman. We said everything we said like in two other videos,
Yeah, you
how
guys
much we
can
love
check
this
out
Batmobile.
you can check out our 89 pack video if you're curious on our full thoughts on everything in that pack.
Yes,
Yeah. So
it's
let
great.
us know.
Yes,
But
do it.
do it now.
Do it now. Um, all right. So next up is the '60s Batmobile proper. So it's not a tank. It's an actual like Cadillac.
Right. I love this thing, dude. I use it a fair bit. Actually,
Every once in a while.
that's something we have to talk about is the 60s pack. Um eventually. But
Yeah.
I enjoy this Batmobile. I think it's really fun. I usually use the first appearance suit for this Batmobile. Just because it looks like it is a car.
Hmm.
Um, so that's kind of my thing. What about you?
I just use the '60s skin with this as it's always meant to be.
Yeah.
Um, and it's always fun, like when I'm doing the challenge maps with Robin and stuff,
Mm,
like just
yeah,
having everything as perfect as it can be
yeah,
is the way to
absolutely.
go. And this one, I think it handles like it. It feels weird to handle because it's just
It
like,
was a little weird.
yeah.
I still think it's better than like I still think all right, this may be blasphemy. I still think it's better than the handling on the Asylum Batmobile. Um I've maybe I've said this before, I don't know. Um I think that's the worst one to handle, but it's the best looking one next to the Keaton Mobile. Um and I we'll talk about it when we get to that Batmobile. But I think this is good to handle.
To me,
Uh
I think I like how the asylum I like that the handling of that better, but I'm in a minority, so
yeah, no,
who
that's okay.
cares?
Yeah,
Um,
who cares? It's
the thing with
it's
this one is
preference.
that like when you're doing drifts and stuff, there's a chance that like the back will swerve too much, and it's like it just throws me off a lot when I'm trying to make super sharp turns and I'm watching the back of the Batmobile just go in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is fun to drive around and have Adam West kick the shit out of like Scarecrow's goons and stuff.
Yeah, no,
Um, anything else before we move on?
no.
Okay.
Other than I'm gonna definitely be playing with this Batmobile
Mhm.
tonight.
So next up we have the Tumbler. It
Oh,
says
yeah.
2008 Tumbler, which I'm not sure why they're clarifying that because he doesn't even use the Tumbler for that long in the movie. So
No, he does not. But
this
regardless,
one is okay.
it is. I think it translates well in the game. Um, but either way, like tank mobiles are not something I'm a huge fan of
Mhm.
anyway. Um, but I do think the Tumbler is a great design. It's hard.
For the world that Nolan was trying to do, I think it works well enough in that, but I mean, it doesn't compare to like 89 or even like the 60s Batmobile, in my opinion. But I think driving it around is fine, but like just like the movie, it's fucking heavy.
Yeah,
So,
it feels very heavy.
yeah.
I mean, like you watch The Dark Knight and you're just like, how is he moving in that thing?
You know,
Like it,
how
but
does he turn that good?
yeah. But I do think that this game really makes it feel indestructible. That's the good thing about it.
Mhm.
It really feels like you can just drive through anything. So I enjoy that aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's fun to just be like a demolition machine.
That would have been
Oh,
really fun to
oh,
have it
also,
where it's just like you're literally driving through like the GCPD. Like,
oh
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Okay,
Um,
so we have one last Batmobile to talk about.
this is true. Well, wait, did we talk about the Rock City Batmobile?
We didn't talk about the Rock City Batmobile.
You know
Oh
what? I
shit.
the reason I remembered this is because I looked at the IGN article you were looking at to get pictures for each Batmobile,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I noticed that it wasn't on there. So
It's
I'm like,
weird that
oh
it's not
crap,
on.
I gotta download an image of the Rocksteady Batmobile.
It's weird that
But
it's not on here. Huh.
yeah, thank God because somebody would have pointed it out in the comments, like, how could you forget the Rocksteady mobile? I'm like, I didn't, buddy. Here we go. Do you want to talk about that or the last one first?
You know what? Let's circle back and talk about the Rocksteady Batmobile.
Sure. What do you think of this skin?
I
Okay.
think it is well deserved for the company. It's not one of my favorites though.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting idea, however, with like the bats swarming around it, but
Mm-hmm.
um it's just not at like the top of my list or anything.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I really like it a lot.
Mm,
Mainly, mostly because of the white. I think white on a Batmobile, at least if it's a reskin, looks really cool. Um, Especially because the black is kind of going into the white with the bats.
Mm,
Um, so I really like it. Having the Rocksteady logo on the side is kind of a nice touch too. Um, I mean, does it
yeah,
translate in a game? Like, does it make sense? No,
no.
but I like having it just to kind of like use a different style Batmobile once in a while. So
It
yeah.
makes more sense to have that as opposed to like the Robin mobile.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
Completely agree with you there. But I don't think there's too much to say about this. I mean, it's really just a black and white Batmobile with bats and a Rocksteady logo on it.
mhm,
But
yeah.
I really enjoy it. I use it. I used to use it a lot, actually. Recently I haven't, but maybe it's time to go back and give it a visit.
When I first got the game in 2015, yeah, 2015. Um, this was one that I used a lot just because I didn't have access to like the season pass or anything. I didn't have the
Was this
money for that.
free? This was free?
This is Yeah, it was free.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't
So
know that.
I use like this, and I use like I'm trying to think. There was another like free skin like for the Batmobile. I think it was
Mm,
no, god damn it. Um
Animated series. That was the one.
Animation.
Yeah, we wish.
Yeah, I wish.
Um, was it
I
a
think it
Man of
is that,
Steel?
and like I think it was that and the 60s reskin that I used a ton of. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't hate it. It's just no, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about the final Batmobile on this list, which is um the Ben Affleck Batmobile.
Would you like to speak on this
This
matter
was
first?
such a pleasant surprise, and I'm glad that they put it in the game. And also, it's free too, which is not something I was expecting at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad it's here, though.
Yes. I love this Batmobile.
I do
Um,
too.
I love it in the movie, minus the killing and the freaking turret on the front. But I think the design is like a terrific Batmobile design.
Yeah,
Um, I wish there was a little more color, personally. Like,
yeah,
not like it has to be bright, just like maybe some accents of black or silver or something. Um, I maybe even gold because there is a couple. Maybe it's bronze, but bronze or gold accents on the gloves of the suit. That would have been cool.
in the
Other than
game
that, it's great.
it's like a very muted like gray tone to it,
Yeah, yeah. But
which I think even the movie is like darker than that,
oh
but I
yeah,
might
it
be
is.
mistaken.
I think you're probably Zack Snyder likes to make everything midnight dark. Um,
Piece of shit.
but it looks great though. Love it.
It
Love the
does.
way his movies look. So, um, I think this Batmobile is no exception. Like it looks terrific
Yeah,
in
no.
and out of the movie. It feels great to actually drive it around, and you know what? It doesn't feel sluggish in the slightest to me.
No, this
Um,
handles really nicely.
yeah, it does.
Um,
Um,
I think as far as like out of all the handling, this is for me, it's between this and 89 is like the best. Like I think 89 is my favorite, but this one is like the best handling. It's the most easiest one to get accustomed to.
mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no. And I keep bringing up the fact that like it was a surprise because like we were still months away from EVS coming out.
Right.
So I think this came out in November
Yeah,
of
sounds about right.
2015. And you'd think like most other times when they do stuff like this, like for Spider-Man, they wait until like right when the movie's coming out or something like that. But no, they were just like, bitch, we're gonna let you drive the Batmobile months in advance.
Yeah, that was an awesome surprise.
Yeah. So I'm happy for that. And it's just like everything about it works really well.
It does.
Yeah, I love the design in the movie. Like it's a great mesh of like slim 89 looking type vehicle and also just a tank. And I think it translates super well into the game.
Yeah, I agree.
So something I wanted to ask you, which was what Batmobile reskin or one they haven't put in the game you would have loved to see an Arkham Knight?
Say that again. Sorry, you cut
I,
out for a bit.
what Batmobile would you want them to put? Like what Batmobile they haven't put in the game you'd want them to add in?
Well, I already said it. The animated series
The
Batmobile.
animated series, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's another one, maybe a less obvious one. Oh, I don't know if it was in anything else, but the Killing Joke Batmobile is a favorite of mine. Um, with that like the bat face on the
Oh,
front
the
of it.
face, yeah.
Yeah, I love that Batmobile so much. It screams like noir feel, you know. So I would have loved that. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. Or yeah, like they have similar ones in I guess some one of my picks would be like Brave and the Bold because it kind of envies that style too, where it's just got like the face in the front and stuff. That
Yeah.
would have been really cool. But yeah, animated series is another pick. I guess if we're going by nowadays, the Robert Pattinson Batmobile would be another one.
Mm-hmm. That would have been awesome. I mean, obviously, there's no way we would have known that that's what it would be, but
Yeah.
oh, would have been great.
2004 Batman would be another one.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Speaking my language.
Yeah. You could
That would
put
have been a
like
really cool
Forever
one.
and Batman and Robin in here, but I don't know if fans would really want that.
Hey, I would enjoy it just to play as them. That'd
I'd
be
drive
cool.
it. Yeah,
Me too. I would drive the Rob at Batman and Robin one because you got the no top on it.
that's right.
You can see Batman's head and see, I thing cool about the 60s mobile in that game is that in photo mode you can see everything inside the Batmobile
Hmm.
really easily. Rather with the other ones, you have to like time it where you're getting into the cockpit and like then you can look at everything. But
That's
that
right.
would have been so cool.
That would have been really nice. Yeah.
I'm trying to maybe I'll pull out one more. I'm trying to think.
I was thinking of like reskins for the tank, like what ones they could have done.
Mhm.
You mentioned Nightwing, which was
That was a
another idea.
goaded idea.
Since we're talking villain theme ones, Mr. Freeze was one I just thought
Oh,
of.
that would have been so cool. Like a frosty blue, with like an ice
Yeah,
look to it. That would have been
yeah,
awesome.
just ice around it and stuff.
You know what
That'd
would have
be
been cool is if the fire coming out of the exhaust was like light blue.
mhm.
Oh God, we want this, Rock City. Remaster the game.
um you could do like a poison ivy one with the plants going around it and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a ton of possibilities you can do with these Batmobiles.
Totally. Yeah, I
But
can't
yeah, I
think of
think
another one.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
fine.
I got nothing else. I think that covers it though
Yeah,
for Batmobiles.
it
Um,
do. It do indeed.
it do. Um, do we have anything to plug? Because I don't.
Um, no, I don't think so. Just working on live streams and check out my Flash video. And check out my reviews.
Okay,
Of Across the Spider Verse and the Flash.
nice.
Thank you all. Do you have anything to plug?
No.
Damn it! No, this is not how it was supposed to go.
How could you
Um,
do this to me?
well, guys, on that note, we'll call it quits. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what your favorite Batmobile reskins and non-tank Batmobiles are. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? Let us know. We'd love to hear. You can follow us on our Instagram, Intensive Treatment Pod. You can follow us individually on Twitter, although it would be cool to make a Twitter. Maybe I'll do that. Um,
Mhm.
And yeah, subscribe to us and the Speaking Nerd podcast as well. If you enjoy other stuff regarding pop culture and comics and nerdy things, you can go there. Um, but Marvel, I would love for you to say the line that is so associated with our podcast.
Take care and stay locked up.
Yes. Bye, guys.